Yeah, okay, it's on. Hello there, Daily's Mental Gen. I'm Kathogenia, and welcome back to Spiral Knights. Between the last episode and this one, I switched over to a slightly less populated server. In other words, I'm playing in a German server now. So anyway, sprechen Sie Deutsch? No, I'm just kidding. I actually don't really know German all that well. Willkommen zu Hause, Schmutz, wenig Fetthund, Schweinhund, auf Wiedersehen. Ja, no, nein. For a second there, I got my French and German mixed up. Anyway, in this episode, we're going to be doing the second mission of rank 2-1, reporting for duty. Lieutenant Feron is responsible for overseeing the Clockworks mining operation in the Haven Arcade. Report to him and learn about the situation in Haven and Spiral HQ's mission to reach the core of Cradle. Report to Lieutenant Feron in the Haven Arcade. Oh, and also, we actually did rank 1-4 and rank 2-1, mission 1, just so we're clear. Yeah, just so we're clear. Got that? Got that? So, yeah, we get 10 prestige and 5 dim fire crystals. Let's go. See you in a bit. Well met, soldier. You good work on reaching our base camp here in Haven. I'm Lieutenant Feron. I've been assigned by Captain Oslo to oversee our Clockworks mining operation. Before you lies the Arcade, a fascinating complex that serves as our link into the heart of the Clockworks. Since you're new here, I'll give you a quick rundown of what Spiral HQ has us doing here. Sure sounds important. Tell me how it all works. After the Skylock crashed, its primary Ethereum core exploded, destroying a portion of the ship and leaving it without a main power source. Since so far we haven't found several hundred tons of Ethereum just lying around, the bird has effectively lost its wings. With the help of the strangers, we were able to set up a small base of operations here in Haven. Once we got our systems online, we discovered that within the heart of this rock resonates a power signature of unprecedented magnitude. If we could somehow harness that power... That's exactly right. The core of the Clockworks could very well contain the energy source we need to create a new power source for the Skylock and restore it to operational condition. There's only one problem. The Clockworks themselves seem to be built like some kind of crazy death trap. Reaching the core's not going to be easy. I'm up to the task. That's the kind of spirit I like to see. Continue to complete missions for Spiral HQ as they are assigned to you. With your help, we stand a chance at reaching the core and saving Isora. Roger that, Lieutenant. Then I now authorize you to take on arcade missions. You can access the arcade vision via your mission interface, or approach the gates directly here in the arcade itself. There is a massive world beneath your feet waiting to be explored. Good luck to you. So that's it for the mission, but I'm going to do a little more clarification on the arcade missions here. So basically, the missions here so far have been fairly set. Like, the dungeons and stuff are actually randomly generated, so you never get the same thing every single time, but they follow a few basic templates. For the most part, though, you kind of know what you're going up against. Like in the first mission we had to do, rank 1-2, we kind of knew we were going up against like construct enemies and stuff, but with these things, it's 100% random. You don't know what you're gonna get. You go down one, you kind of get a forecast of like what you're gonna look at. So just as an example, I'll show you here, if it doesn't freeze on me. Okay, so this gate map down here. You start off here, and from here you go through one of these: Clockwork Tunnels, Deconstruction Zone, or Wasteworks. Which one, it doesn't show you until you're about to board the elevator. And while you can wait it out to let it switch to a different one, it can take a little while sometimes. So after clearing this, you'd have to, no matter what, you'd have to take on this Deconstruction Zone. Then after that, you'd take on either Jigsaw Valley of Jade Tangle 2 or Jade Tangle 1. After that, you have the Clockwork Terminal, which is just kind of like a little rest area. You can heal, get some new materials or new recipes and stuff. And then, normally these levels are randomly generated, but it seems we actually got the one that has the tier 1 boss. So in this case, you have 2 levels of a set theme, and then you have a boss of a set theme. But we're just going to show you Daily's Mental Gen, a different one here. So you get past the Clockwork Terminal, and then, yeah, fairly random. You're not 100% sure what you're going to get here. Either Cooling Chamber or Wolver Den, then an arena, Cooling Chamber, Devilish Drudgery, and then with these ones, you cannot predict which one you're going to get. You can get Treasure Vault, which is like super easy, you get a load of money, all that stuff. You get Lichinous Lair, which is just normal, or you get Graveyard, which almost everyone hates. But personally, I really like the Graveyard. And then after that, you get to Moorcroft Manor, but if you aren't Tier 2, meaning you have 2-star gear or better, you cannot go on. But if you do have 2-star gear or better, you go on, you go through the levels and all that jazz, and then you get to Emberlight, which you can only pass through if you're Tier 3, so 4-star gear or better. Once you've done that, once you pass through Emberlight, you go through these levels, and then you face off against Lord Vanaduke in this gate. In a different gate, every single one of these gates here, Emerald Serpent, Golden Knight, Ruby King, and Iron Skull, they all have a boss at some point. So no matter what, you're going to be taking on a boss at some point if you go from Haven all the way down to the core terminal here, which I have actually never managed to do. But yeah, you get the idea here. So they aren't always going to have like these names and stuff, and they aren't always going to be these levels. They change after a certain amount of time, the gates and the levels and stuff, but you can always, for instance, these 3 levels, you can always count on these being in one of these gates at these exact depths. Or with these levels, you can always count on them being at the same depth, being the same level theme, same depth, just different gate. But for the most part, you can expect the same kind of stuff. So yeah, there's a Tier 1 boss, Tier 3 boss, and 2 Tier 2 bosses. Here is one, Construct themed, and here is the second, Slime themed. We have the Tier 1 boss is Beast themed, Tier 3 boss is kind of like Undead themed, one of the Tier 2 bosses is Construct themed, and the other one is Slime themed. Now, which one you face first, missions-wise, is the Slime one, because in a lot of people's opinion, that one is actually harder. Don't ask me why, but honestly, he's not that bad if you know what you're doing. Now, the Construct-themed boss is a pain if you have more than like 1 or 2 people with you. So, yeah, I think I've given you Dailies Mental Gen a thorough covering of the arcade and stuff and what it does. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.